So I saw this little frame at Michael's the other day, and it was about $1. I think that's right. There wasn't even a sign near it, but it was in that little dollar section. And I looked at my receipt later, and it was under $1 because then I got, I think, 20% off on it. So anyway, and it was pure wood. So what I did was I did paint it with the folk art chalk paint, and then I did a little light sand. And how cute is this? It has a little picture frame in it. It does come with like a little stand so that you can then put a little peg in the back, and it stands up. It's hard to see on an overhead camera, but that is the general idea of it. It's so sweet and very affordable. So if you want to make a little Valentine's Day treat for somebody, then make sure you guys go check these out, because this is going to be a super fun tutorial, and it's really affordable to make. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be creating, I'm going to put a little bit of a pattern paper in here and put a little saying on the side, and it's going to be a cute little Valentine's Day gift and or just personal decor. So what you're going to need is, of course, the frame, a Cricut scraper tool. You'll need vinyl of your choice. I'm going to be using this really pretty blush vinyl from Paper Studio, and that is a Hobby Lobby brand. A weeding tool of your choice, and then some scissors. The paper I'm going to be using is this really pretty floral paper. Again, it's going to go in this little heart window. If you want, you can replace it with a personal picture of your own, but I thought that this would be a really fun idea to do pattern. And if you want this exact paper, you guys, I found this at Michael's the other day. It's the Martha Stewart pattern paper pad. It is gorgeous. So it was about, I don't know, under 10 bucks. It was on clearance, I believe. So you guys have got to go check it out because it's gorgeous. And I think I might have to go get another pack of it, because I was looking through it again this morning, and it's so pretty. There's so many different things, especially with spring coming up. It's going to be posing a lot of opportunities for crafting. So again, that was at Michael's, and it should be on clearance, so double check what it's priced at your store. But anyway, I'm going to be using this one. It is double-sided paper, so there's going to be a little pattern on the back, but this is the side I'm going to be using. And let's pop into Cricut Design Space and measure real quick, so we can put a little text on the side and get this little party started. So we have about 4 inches. I am measuring from the outermost part of the curve of the heart here, so 4 by 6.5. Okay, let's pop into Design Space. I'm going to show you the design that I found and what we're going to be putting on the side. Okay, so not only is this little project so affordable to make, but it's also going to be super easy and super fast, because I'm just going to be using a pre-made image. So I'm going to go over here to the image icon on the left, and I'm going to type in my whole heart. And this third one in is the one I'm going to be using, so I'm going to click that. I am a Cricut Access member, so I do get it for free. It looks like it might currently be free right now, but you'll have to check on your own one. It's hard for me to see because I am an Access member, so it just doesn't tell me any of the pricing on anything because I already pay with my membership. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to drag that over here, and I am going to, did I say this space was 4.5? Let me remeasure real quick. No, 4. Okay, good thing I did remeasure. 4 by 6.5. So let me make a little, you guys know that I love to do this little cheat to help me size my designs. So this is going to be 4 by 6.5, and this is just representing the side of my frame that I have to work with. And okay, there we go. So what I'm going to do is I will bring this to front, that way I can kind of size it. That's actually going to be pretty perfect, just like that. What you can do is unlock here and just kind of drag a little bit. Being careful not to make it obviously distorted, but that looks pretty nice. Okay, and then this is going to be printed out of that pretty blush vinyl, so I'm going to do that. Okay, I think we're good. So that's just a little cheat for sizing my projects. I think it's very helpful. Do I want anything else? I don't think I'm going to. I think with that pattern paper by the heart, that's going to be like the statement. So I'm going to go a little bit more simplistic on my designs. I was wondering if I should put like a little heart or a little heart, but I think I'm going to leave this intentionally negative space. That way everything else is just kind of showcased, and not everything is just so overly designed, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go hide this because we don't want to be cutting out a rectangle, and I'm going to go over here and hit make it, and then it's going to prompt me to put my blush color down on my mat. It's going to connect to my Cricut via Bluetooth real quick, and then what I'll do is I'm just going to select vinyl because that is the material that I'm going to be working with, and then I can go ahead and get this cut out. Okay, and I'm going to be using default pressure. I'm not going to be changing anything else on here, and we're just going to cut this little design out and get started on our craft. Okay, so I loaded my mat with that nice blush color, and then it's cutting our little text out, and what I'm doing now is I'm going to remove this little heart insert. Always keep these because whether you're replacing it with a picture of your own or a piece of patterned paper, this is a really good guide for cutting your replacement out of. So I'm just going to place that right on top. I just cut a little tiny piece of that scrapbook paper that I'm going to be using. Place that right on top, and then I'm just going to cut around just like this. That way you just get the perfect shape and size, and it's easy just to pop right back in. This paper is so pretty, you guys. I try not to wish away time, always be ready for the next season, but I'm really excited for spring to come because I feel like springtime is just full of pastels, and I'm kind of lean towards that anyway, so all of the papers and designs just really, really get to me during that time of year, I think, more because they're just so pretty and fun. So, okay, so that's how that turned out. How sweet. It's perfect. So then you can just place that right back in here. Okay, so then that little piece is right in there. So pretty, and that is going to be, I really like how that is kind of the statement of this whole project. It really just pops against that nice white frame, and I did distress this frame a bit on the edges. I don't know if you can tell, but the edges are showing some wear and tear. I love how that looks, and again, it's just a very light chalk paint from Folk Art that I put on the top with a foam brush. Okay, so let me just cut out my scraps here, and we will get to weeding. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Cricut weeding tool. It is my favorite tool. I love it. Make sure, since this is such a delicate cut, I'm going to just turn this over and really make sure that the vinyl is pressed down to that carrier sheet. That way it will just help with weeding. And just going slowly, I'm going to pull up all of my surrounding vinyl that I'm not going to need. Perfect. Okay. And then, if you remember from Design Space, it has little tiny vinyl lines between the block letters, so that might be a little time consuming to get out. And your tweezers might also be a very nice tool for this particular design. Let's see here. They're very fine. I think I will get my tweezers. Okay, so I grabbed my tweezers as well, just as another third hand. It helps bring up any little tiny piece. Okay. Okay, so I have it all on my transfer tape. So I am going to just trim around the edges. This is more for just centering purposes than anything else. So just having less is more kind of helps with making sure everything gets centered once it's time to put it down. So being careful because kind of once this is down, it's pretty much down. That actually looks good. Should I measure? Let's see. It's about almost 2. That looks good, you guys. I think I'm just going to let it be. Okay, so I'm just going to press it down in the center. And then go towards the sides, and then this is when your Cricut scraper tool will come in handy again. Press that down. Okay, now we will just peel away the transfer tape. Okay, make sure you guys hit subscribe if you want to see more of the craft projects that are coming up. And there's a couple more Valentine's Day ones that I have that are going to turn out super, super cute. So be sure you guys are subscribed and make sure you click the thumbs up button if you found this helpful. And I hope you guys have a happy Valentine's Day.